If you want to see real change in your life, it's time to take control and stop making the same mistakes. There's a simple shift that can change everything for you, and it starts with something most people overlook. We've all been there, feeling excited about our goals, ready to take on the world. But then we start sharing those dreams with others. What if I told you that might be the exact reason you haven't seen the results you're craving? Today I'm going to reveal why keeping your goals to yourself could be the game changer you've been waiting for. No more distractions. No more doubting yourself because of other people's opinions. Just pure focus and action. Stay tuned. Because once you understand this powerful idea, you'll be ready to take the next step toward real, lasting success. This is the shift you've been waiting for. Number 1. Guard your dreams like treasure. Your dreams are the most valuable thing you have. They are your future, your freedom, your escape from everything that's been holding you back. And if you don't protect them, someone else will take them away from you before you even get started. I need you to understand something today. Your dreams are not for public discussion. They are not for casual conversation. They are not for approval from people who don't even believe in themselves. You must guard your dreams like treasure, because if you don't, the world will convince you to throw them away. You see, the moment you tell someone your big plans, you expose them to doubt. And doubt is powerful. Doubt spreads. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Let me ask you, have you ever shared an idea you were excited about, only for someone to respond with, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Or "That sounds risky." Or maybe even "What if you fail?" And suddenly the fire inside you starts to fade. You begin to question yourself. You start thinking about all the things that could go wrong. That's how it starts. That's how people lose before they even begin. Not because they weren't capable, but because they let someone else's fear get inside their head. If you want to achieve something great, you must learn to keep quiet. You must learn to protect your vision. Not everyone deserves to hear your plans. Not everyone will celebrate your success. And not everyone is rooting for you to win. That's a hard truth, but it's one you need to accept. Because the faster you do, the faster you can move in silence and build something real. Think about the most successful people you admire. They didn't spend their time announcing every step they were about to take. They worked. They built. And when the time was right, they let their results speak for them. But some people don't understand this. Some people feel the need to tell everyone what they're working on. They think saying it out loud makes it real. They think it keeps them accountable. But let me tell you something. Talking about it doesn't get it done. Talking about it doesn't move you forward. If anything, it takes the pressure off. Your brain gets tricked into thinking you've already accomplished something just because you spoke about it. But the truth is, you haven't done anything. And the more you talk, the less you do. Silence is your greatest weapon. It keeps you focused. It keeps you disciplined. It protects your energy. Because when no one knows what you're working on, no one can sabotage it. No one can talk you out of it. No one can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You're free to build, free to make mistakes, free to grow without outside pressure. And when you finally succeed, no one can say a word, because by then it's too late. They can't doubt something that's already happened. You need to stop seeking validation. Stop looking for approval. Stop waiting for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Because if you need permission to chase your dreams, you'll never make it. If you need someone to tell you it's okay to go after what you want, you'll never get started. And if you spend your time trying to convince people that your dream is worth pursuing, you'll waste precious energy that should have been spent making it happen. The only person who needs to believe in your vision is you. That's it. The moment you start keeping your plans to yourself, everything changes. You move differently. You work harder. You stay locked in because there's no one to impress. Only results to create. You don't waste time explaining. You don't waste time defending. You just get it done. And when the results come, people will be shocked. They'll say, "I had no idea you were working on this." They'll wonder how you did it. They'll ask how you stayed so focused. And that's when you'll know you made the right choice. So today I want you to make a decision. Decide that from now on you will protect your dreams. You will guard them like treasure. You will stop sharing them with people who don't deserve to hear them. You will stop allowing doubt to creep into your mind. You will stop seeking approval. Instead, you will get to work. You will move in silence. You will focus on execution. And when the time is right, you will let your success do all the talking, because by then no one will be able to stop you. Number 2, Not everyone deserves to hear your plans. If you keep handing out pieces of your vision to the wrong people, don't be surprised when doubt starts creeping into your mind. Every time you share your dreams with someone who doesn't understand them, who doesn't believe in them, or who simply doesn't want you to succeed, you give them the chance to poison your belief. And once your belief is shaken, your momentum slows down, your confidence fades, and before you know it, you start questioning yourself. You've probably experienced this before. You were excited about something, a new idea, a new business, a new goal you set for yourself. You felt that fire inside you, that deep motivation to finally take action. And then you made a mistake. You told someone about it. Maybe it was a friend, maybe it was family, maybe it was a coworker, and instead of the support you were expecting, you got hesitation. A little comment, a doubtful look, a question that made you think twice. Are you sure you want to do that? That sounds really hard. What if it doesn't work? And just like that, the fire inside you wasn't burning as bright anymore. See, when you share your plans with the wrong people, you open the door to negativity. And the problem is, negativity is powerful. It doesn't just bounce off, it sticks. It lingers in the back of your mind. You start overthinking. You start hesitating. You start finding excuses instead of solutions. And what happens? You don't take action. You don't follow through. You don't even start. Not because you weren't capable, but because someone else's doubt became your doubt. That's why you need to stop giving people access to your dreams. Not everyone deserves to hear what you're working on. Not everyone should know your plans. Because some people, whether they realize it or not, will hold you back. Some people won't believe in you simply because they don't believe in themselves. They've never taken risks, so they don't understand why you would. They've never chased a dream, so they assume it's impossible. Their minds are trapped in limitations, so they project those limitations onto you. And if you let them, they'll convince you to stay exactly where you are. Not because they hate you, but because they don't know any better. Then there are the people who don't want to see you succeed. Let's be real. Some people are secretly hoping you fail. They don't say it outright, but you can feel it. They don't celebrate your wins. They don't encourage your progress. They throw little comments at you, disguised as advice. But deep down, their goal is to keep you from moving forward. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe they don't even realize they're doing it. But either way, you have to recognize it. You have to be aware. Because if you keep sharing your plans with people who aren't rooting for you, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even begin. Now here's the truth. Real winners move in silence. The most successful people you know, they didn't talk about their plans. They executed them. They didn't waste time explaining what they were going to do. They just did it. And when the results showed up, the world had no choice but to take notice. That's the mindset you need. That's how you protect your dreams. By keeping them private. By working in silence. By proving yourself with actions, instead of words. You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. If you have a goal, a vision, a plan that excites you, just start. Keep your circle small. Only share your dreams with those who genuinely support you, who uplift you, who want to see you win. And even then, don't talk too much. Talking about it gives you the illusion of progress. It makes you feel like you're moving forward when you're really just standing still. Action is the only thing that matters. Think about how powerful it would be if you stopped telling people what you were working on. Imagine how much energy you'd save. Imagine how much doubt you'd avoid. Imagine how much more focused you'd be. If nobody knows your next move, nobody can interfere with it. If nobody knows your goals, nobody can question them. If nobody knows what you're building, nobody can tear it down. You stay in control. You stay locked in. And when the results finally come, they'll speak for themselves. So from now on, be selective with who you share your plans with. Not everyone deserves to hear them. Not everyone will understand them. And not everyone wants you to win. Protect your dreams. Guard your vision. Move in silence. And when the time is right, let your success do the talking. Because by then no one will be able to stop you. Number 3. Silence is power. Actions speak louder. The less you speak, the more you achieve. The world is full of people who talk endlessly about what they're going to do. But when you look closely, they never actually do anything. They make big promises, they announce their plans, they tell everyone their next move, but months, even years later, they're still in the same place. That's what happens when you waste your energy on words instead of actions. If you want real progress, if you want results, if you want to actually change your life, then stop talking about it and start working. Every time you tell someone your plans, you give away a piece of your power. You create expectations. You invite opinions. You expose yourself to judgment. And worst of all, you trick your own mind into thinking you've already accomplished something. That's why so many people never follow through. The moment they announce their goals, they feel a little burst of satisfaction, as if just saying it makes it real. But it doesn't. Words are empty without action. Talking about your dreams gives you a temporary high, but it doesn't get you any closer to making them happen. That's why the smartest, most successful people don't talk. They do. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need to justify your goals. You don't need approval from friends, family, or anyone else. If you have a vision, if you know what you want, then get to work quietly. Keep your head down. Focus on execution. Because the more you talk, the more distractions you invite. Suddenly, people start giving you advice you didn't ask for. They start questioning your decisions. They start planting seeds of doubt in your mind. And before you know it, you're second-guessing yourself. You lose momentum. You hesitate. And that's how dreams die. Not because they were impossible, but because too much talk killed them before they even had a chance. Think about the people you admire. The ones who have built something incredible. Did they spend their time talking about their every move? No. They worked in silence. They built behind closed doors. They let their results do the talking. And by the time people noticed, it was too late. Success had already arrived. That's the strategy you need. Not announcements, not constant updates, just results. You have to stop looking for recognition before you've earned it. So many people want applause for their intentions instead of their achievements. But life doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't act on them, they mean nothing. People respect results, not talk. So if you really want to impress people, don't tell them what you're going to do. Show them what you've already done. This is why silence is so powerful. It keeps you focused. It protects you from outside opinions. It eliminates distractions. And most importantly, it forces you to rely on yourself. When no one knows what you're working on, you don't have anyone else's expectations influencing you. You're free to experiment. You're free to make mistakes. You're free to change direction if you need to. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to defend your decisions. You don't have to waste time convincing people that you're serious. You just get to work. And here's the best part. When you finally succeed, there's nothing anyone can do about it. The people who doubted you, the ones who didn't believe in you, the ones who laughed at your ambitions, they'll have no choice but to accept reality. Because by then, it's not a plan anymore. It's done. They can't question something that already exists. They can't argue with results. They can't ignore what's right in front of them. And that's the most satisfying victory of all. So from now on, discipline yourself to stop talking and start doing. Keep your plans to yourself. Work in silence. Focus on execution. And when the time is right, let the results speak for themselves. Because when success finally arrives, you won't have to say a word. Number 4. Stop seeking validation from others. Success doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't care about your doubts, your hesitations, or the excuses you tell yourself. What it cares about is your commitment, your ability to act, and your willingness to rise above every obstacle that stands in your way. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect set of circumstances to make your move, you're setting yourself up for failure. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is right now. The only time you can control is this very second. And if you keep waiting, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. Your dreams won't wait for you to be ready. They won't wait for you to feel confident or to have everything figured out. Success is a choice, not a result of circumstance. If you want to get ahead, you have to decide that you will no longer let fear or doubt or uncertainty hold you back. You have to choose to act now, even if everything inside you is screaming for you to wait for the right time. The right time is now, it's always now. Success comes when you start taking action, no matter how imperfect it may be, and it comes with the knowledge that each small step forward is a victory. That's how you build momentum. That's how you create success. But here's the catch. You're never going to feel 100% ready. And if you wait until you do, you'll never get started. The most successful people didn't wait for the perfect moment to jump in. They jumped in, and through their actions, they figured it out. They faced challenges, they made mistakes, and they learned from every experience. They didn't wait until they had all the answers. They trusted that their actions would lead them to the right answers. You can't think your way to success. You have to act your way there, and action is what creates clarity. The more you take action, the more the path becomes clear. Think about it for a second. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "I'll wait until next week," or "I'll get started when I have more time"? But tomorrow never comes. The truth is, you have all the time you need right now. If you start now, you will start building the habits, the mindset, and the momentum that will carry you to success. If you wait, you'll lose precious time. And time, once gone, is something you can never get back. The key to turning your dreams into reality is simple. Take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. The more you do, the easier it gets. It's about learning through doing, pushing yourself to the edge of your comfort zone, and then continuing to push. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. The moment you decide to act, despite your doubts, that's the moment when the magic begins. You'll start to build your confidence, one action at a time. With every step, you'll prove to yourself that you can do it. You'll start to see that the fear you once had was just an illusion, a barrier you put in your own way. And the more you push through it, the more you'll realize that there's nothing stopping you except for yourself. The biggest mistake you can make is not starting, not taking that first step, not acting on that idea, not moving toward your goals. The fear of failure, of making mistakes, of not being perfect, these are the things that hold most people back. But guess what? Failure is a part of success. It's not the end of the road, it's part of the journey. When you fail, you don't lose. You learn. Every failure is just a lesson in disguise, a stepping stone on your path to greatness. And the more you fail, the more you learn, the closer you get to success. So stop worrying about perfection. Stop worrying about getting it right. Just get started, and the rest will follow. The key to pushing through your fears and doubts is realizing that success is built on momentum, and momentum is created by consistent action. The more you do, the more confident you become. The more you take those small steps forward, the more you build the belief in yourself and your abilities. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it's small, but as it picks up speed, it gets bigger and bigger until it becomes unstoppable. That's what consistent action does for you. It builds momentum, and momentum is the key to success. Once you have momentum, you don't need to rely on motivation or inspiration to keep going. You'll keep moving because you've already built the habit of action. Stop waiting for the right conditions to act. Start where you are with what you have, and use what you know. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. It's the act of starting that opens the door to success. Every successful person has faced the same fears and doubts that you face right now. But they didn't let those fears control them. They took action anyway, and by taking action, they opened up new opportunities, gained new skills, and created the results they wanted. You can do the same, but you have to make the decision right now to act. You have to choose to stop waiting and start doing. Success doesn't care if you feel ready, it only cares if you're willing to show up, take action, and keep moving forward. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let uncertainty stop you from starting. The only thing standing between you and your success is the decision to take action. Once you make that decision, everything else will follow. Keep moving, keep learning, and keep growing. Because the moment you start is the moment your success begins. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it by acting now. Number 5. Avoid energy drainers. Success doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere like magic. It's built, brick by brick, through consistent action, deliberate effort, and unshakable determination. The path to success is not a smooth, straight line. In fact, it's full of obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But that's exactly why so many people fail. They give up too soon. The moment they face their first obstacle, they think success is something that comes easily to others, but not to them. What they don't realize is that every successful person, every person who has achieved something remarkable, has faced the same challenges, the same difficulties, the same fears. The difference is that they didn't quit. They kept going, even when it got tough. They understood that the road to success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and doing whatever it takes to get to where you want to go. If you're waiting for things to be easy, you're waiting for something that will never come. Success is not about avoiding hard work. It's about embracing it. Because every moment of hard work brings you one step closer to your goal. The moment you understand this, the moment you stop expecting things to just magically fall into place, is the moment everything changes. It's the moment you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. It's the moment you realize that you're in control of your own destiny. You have the power to create your own future, but only if you're willing to put in the work. It's easy to look at successful people and think they're somehow different from you. Maybe they have more talent, more luck, or more opportunities. But that's just a story you tell yourself. The truth is, success doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from discipline, from persistence, and from the willingness to keep going, even when everything tells you to stop. Success is not something that's handed to you on a silver platter. It's something you earn. Every day, every hour, every minute. It's the result of your decisions, your actions, and your willingness to keep pushing forward, no matter how many times you fail. And here's the most important part. You will fail. It's inevitable. You're going to face setbacks, and you're going to make mistakes. But failure is not the end. It's a part of the process. It's how you learn, how you grow, and how you get better. Every failure is just another lesson, another opportunity to get closer to your goal. So why do so many people quit when things get tough? Why do so many people give up after their first failure? The answer is simple. They don't understand the process. They don't realize that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it. It's about pushing through it, knowing that each setback is just a stepping stone on the way to where you want to go. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to fail. You have to embrace the fact that it's not always going to be easy. But you also have to know that every time you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going, you're getting closer. You're building resilience. You're building character. And you're building the foundation for your success. If you want to succeed, you have to stop making excuses. It's easy to blame your circumstances, your upbringing, your lack of resources. But those are just excuses. They're just stories you tell yourself to justify not taking action. The truth is, you have everything you need right now to succeed. You have the power to make a change. You have the ability to learn, to grow, and to adapt. The only thing standing in your way is the story you're telling yourself about why you can't succeed. If you want to change your life, you have to change your mindset. You have to stop telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't have enough, or that it's too hard. You have to start telling yourself that you are capable, that you do have what it takes, and that you are willing to do whatever it takes to reach your goals. The secret to success is simple. It's all about persistence. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the road is hard, when things aren't going your way, and when you're exhausted. You have to keep going. You have to push through the pain, the doubt, and the fear, because success is built on small, consistent actions. It's about doing the things you don't want to do, when you don't want to do them. It's about putting in the work, even when no one is watching. It's about making the sacrifices, even when it feels like no one appreciates them. But here's the thing, the results will come. Every day you show up. Every time you put in the effort, you're building something bigger than yourself. You're building the life you've always dreamed of. The key is to keep going, even when it seems like progress is slow. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Every small step forward is a victory. Every effort you put in is a brick in the foundation of your success. And over time, those small steps add up to something big. The moment you realize that success is not about instant gratification, but about long-term effort, is the moment everything changes. You'll stop looking for shortcuts, and you'll start focusing on what really matters, putting in the work, every single day. If you want to succeed, you have to understand that there are no shortcuts. There are no magic formulas, no secret hacks, and no easy ways out. Success is earned, not given. It's the result of relentless effort, unwavering persistence, and the willingness to keep going when everyone else has given up. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard, even when it feels impossible. And when you do, you'll find that success doesn't just come to you. It's something you create, something you build, day by day, brick by brick. So stop making excuses, stop waiting for the perfect moment, and start taking action. Success is waiting for you, but it's up to you to go out and grab it. Number 6. Build in silence. Win in public. You have to realize something very important if you want to build lasting success in your life. The world doesn't need to see you struggle. They don't need to see every single step you take on the road to your dreams. What they need to see is the result. The finished product, the transformation, the success. Building in silence is one of the most powerful ways you can prepare for greatness. You don't have to tell anyone about what you're working on. You don't need to shout about your plans. When you're quietly building your future, the results will speak for themselves, and people will notice. This is where many people go wrong. They get caught up in talking about their dreams, telling everyone what they plan to do and waiting for approval. But they're missing something crucial. They're missing the fact that success is built in the quiet moments, in the hours and days of effort that no one sees. The more you tell others, the more you risk inviting distractions, doubts, and unnecessary opinions into your journey. You start looking for validation from the outside instead of trusting yourself and your process. You begin to measure your success by the attention you receive, rather than the actual progress you make. Let me tell you something. What you create when you work in silence is far more powerful than anything you could ever show off. The true measure of success is not how many people know about your journey. It's how many lives you impact with the results of your hard work. When you announce your plans too soon, you invite others to comment, criticize, or try to steer you off course. Instead, build quietly. Focus on doing the work. Let the quality of your work do the talking for you. That's the kind of success that lasts. Think about it. The most successful people you admire didn't become who they are by constantly telling others what they were going to do. They didn't start by seeking approval or applause. They went to work, stayed focused, and made their dreams a reality. Only when they had something substantial did they share it with the world. That's when the world took notice. They didn't get caught up in the hype. They stayed committed to their vision, their growth, and their progress. Building in silence doesn't mean hiding your light. It means focusing on your craft, honing your skills, and letting your progress show the world who you are. It's about building a solid foundation, brick by brick, without rushing to show everyone what you're doing. The longer you can work in silence, the stronger your foundation will be. And when it's time for the world to see what you've been working on, it'll be undeniable. Your results will speak so loudly that you won't need to say a word. In a world that loves to talk, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you need to share every detail of your journey. But this is where you need to be smart. You need to protect your energy and focus. Not everyone is going to understand your vision. Not everyone is going to see your potential. So why waste time explaining it? Why waste time trying to convince others of something that you are still in the process of creating? Keep working, keep improving, and let your success do the talking. When the time is right, the world will notice. And when they do, they'll see a finished product that is polished, strong, and ready to shine. It's easy to get distracted by the opinions of others. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from the people around you. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's approval to succeed. You don't need to announce your every move. What you need is focus. What you need is dedication. What you need is to put in the work, day after day, and let the results prove your worth. The more you work in silence, the more powerful your results will be. So, here's the challenge. Stop talking about it. Stop telling everyone your plans. Stop seeking validation. Instead, put your head down. Focus on the work, and let the results speak for themselves. The more you build in silence, the more impactful your success will be. And when you finally step out into the world, you'll have something worth showing, something worth sharing. You'll be ready, and the world will be ready to listen. Number 7. Prove yourself to yourself. First, you have to understand something crucial when it comes to your success. You must prove yourself to yourself first. This isn't about impressing anyone else or seeking validation from others. It's about you, your commitment, and the journey you're willing to take. We spend so much time trying to convince the world that we're capable, that we're talented, that we have what it takes. But the truth is, none of that matters until you've proven it to yourself. The moment you start looking for validation from others is the moment you take the focus away from what really matters, your own belief in yourself. You are your first and most important audience. If you can prove your worth to yourself, if you can trust your abilities, then no one else's opinion will matter. You need to ask yourself, how badly do I want this? How much am I willing to sacrifice, work, and push through when things get tough? This is where the magic happens. When you believe in your potential, when you prove to yourself that you have what it takes to rise above challenges, the rest will fall into place. But this belief must come from within. It cannot be given to you by someone else. No one can do the work for you. No one can step into your shoes and experience your struggles. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others, to feel like you need to keep up or be better than someone else, but this only leads to frustration. Because comparison is a thief of joy. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Are you moving closer to your goals? Are you improving, growing, and showing up for yourself every single day? That's where you need to put your energy. The validation you seek is already inside of you. It's not out there in the world. You don't need others to tell you that you're capable. You need to tell yourself that. And then you need to back it up with action. You see, the real game begins when you stop seeking applause from the outside and start taking real, tangible steps toward your vision. Every decision you make, every action you take should be rooted in your self-belief. It's not about what others think. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. When you can look in the mirror and say, I'm doing this for me. I'm proving to myself that I can achieve whatever I set my mind to. You'll unlock a level of confidence that no external validation can give you. This is where the power comes from. This doesn't mean you should ignore the feedback of others or never seek advice, but what it does mean is that you should prioritize your own growth and your own judgment. When you prove something to yourself, it becomes yours. It becomes part of who you are. And when it's part of who you are, nothing can take it away from you. No one can discredit your hard work, your discipline, or your growth because it's yours to own. The road to greatness is paved with self-belief and self-proving. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when no one is watching. It's about building a foundation so strong that no matter how much life throws at you, you can weather any storm. You need to be your own biggest cheerleader. You need to be the one who gets excited about every small step, every minor success, because those little victories are what add up to massive transformation. And here's the truth. When you prove yourself to yourself, you set the standard for how the world will treat you. People will see the confidence, the determination, and the quiet strength you carry, and they will recognize it. But none of that matters if you don't believe in it first. The confidence you project is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. So you must take time to prove to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable. Start today. Start with the small wins. Start with proving to yourself that you can follow through, that you can work hard, and that you can remain disciplined even when it feels difficult. Build that inner belief, and let it be your driving force. No one else can give you that. It's a gift you give to yourself. When you do this, the world will catch up to you, but more importantly, you'll have something more powerful than the approval of others. You'll have unshakable confidence in your own abilities. So stop looking for approval from the outside. Start looking inward. Trust yourself, commit to your goals, and prove to yourself that you have what it takes. Because once you do that, nothing in the world can stop you from achieving everything you've ever dreamed of. Believe in yourself first, and the rest will follow. Number 8. Let the results speak for themselves. The power to change your life doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or the perfect circumstances. It comes from taking bold action today, right now, regardless of what's happening around you. The world will always try to throw distractions in your way, trying to tell you that now isn't the time, or that you're not ready. But if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll find yourself waiting forever. The truth is, the only moment that matters is the one you're in. The only time you have is right now, and that's where your power lies. You have to understand that your success isn't a matter of timing, it's a matter of effort. You can wait for years thinking that someday the stars will align, or you can make today the day that changes everything. So many people waste time waiting, thinking that one day they'll wake up and everything will be different. But the truth is, it doesn't work like that. Change doesn't happen when you wait for it to arrive. It happens when you actively create it. You create your success every day by the choices you make, by how much work you're willing to put in, and by how determined you are to see it through. Imagine this: the most successful people in the world didn't get there by sitting around and waiting for the perfect opportunity. They got there by taking action when others were waiting. They saw an opportunity, and they went for it. They didn't wait for their fear to go away. They acted in spite of it. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They made the conditions work for them. And they certainly didn't wait for others to give them permission. They made their own path, took their own steps, and that's how they built the life they wanted. You see, success isn't a random event that happens by chance. It's a result of consistent effort, dedication, and action. The more you act, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep moving forward. But if you're waiting for the right time, you'll always feel like you're running behind. The perfect moment is an illusion, and the longer you wait for it, the longer you delay your own success. It's time to break free from the habit of waiting. You need to shift your mindset and understand that the only thing standing between you and your goals is the action you're willing to take. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to do the work for you. It's on you to take control of your future. If you want to change your life, you have to make the decision today, in this moment, to start taking action. It might not always be easy. It might not always be comfortable. But if you keep pushing forward, no matter what, you will get closer to the life you want. Think about it. What if you could look back a year from now and realize that all it took was one decision to start, one moment where you decided that you weren't going to wait any longer, that you weren't going to let fear hold you back? Imagine how far you could go. Imagine what you could accomplish if you just stopped waiting for the right time and started making things happen now. There's no reason to delay anymore. Your time is now. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike either. Motivation comes and goes, and waiting for it is a surefire way to get stuck. You can't rely on motivation to take action because it's fleeting. What you need is discipline. Discipline means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work regardless of how you're feeling. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the engine that will keep you moving forward when motivation fades. You have to develop the habit of taking action regardless of how motivated you feel. Once you do, you'll find that momentum starts building, and the work becomes easier. But it starts with the decision to stop waiting and start acting. The world is full of people who have dreams, but never take the necessary steps to make those dreams a reality. They're waiting for the right time, the right circumstances, the right amount of confidence. But here's the thing. Confidence doesn't come before you take action. It comes after. Confidence is built by doing the work. Confidence is built by facing your fears and taking steps, even when you feel uncertain. And the more you act, the more confident you'll become. So if you're sitting there thinking, "I'm not ready yet," remember this: you'll never be completely ready. There will always be something to learn, something to improve, or something to overcome. The only way to get better is to take action. The only way to get closer to your goals is to start, even if you don't have all the answers yet. The more you do, the more you'll learn, and the more you'll grow. But you have to start now. The key is consistency. The more you show up, the more you take action, the more momentum you'll build. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to take that first step, and then another, and another. And soon enough you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Success isn't about waiting for everything to line up perfectly. It's about doing the work every single day, even when it feels tough, even when it feels impossible. That's how you make the impossible happen. So stop waiting, stop delaying, stop making excuses. The perfect moment is right now, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll start seeing real change in your life. The time for action is now. Take it. Number 9. Small wins first, big announcements later. Success isn't something you wait for to come to you. It's something you actively go after. No matter how many obstacles are standing in your way, life has a way of testing us, pushing us to see if we're really committed to what we say we want. But here's the truth. It's not the challenges that define us. It's how we respond to them. When you learn to stay in the game, when you choose to show up even when you don't feel like it, that's when the magic happens. That's when success becomes inevitable. The real secret to achieving your goals isn't about waiting for the right moment or hoping that everything will align perfectly. It's about showing up every single day, giving it your all and doing what you can with what you have, where you are. The more you do this, the more momentum you build, and before you know it, success starts to unfold. The thing is, most people think that success comes when everything is perfect. But that's a lie. Perfect timing doesn't exist. The perfect circumstances don't exist. The only thing you need to make things happen is a relentless, unwavering commitment to taking action, regardless of what you see around you. When you make the decision to push through the doubt, the fear, and the uncertainty, you create your own destiny. It's not about waiting for someone to tell you you're ready. It's about looking at where you are right now, understanding that this is your moment, and taking it every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to your dream. Every effort you put in, every single time you decide not to quit, gets you one step closer to the person you want to be. The results might not show up immediately, but they will show up. Trust that. You have to understand that success is a process. It's a long game, not a sprint. There will be times when you feel like you're not making any progress. There will be days when it seems like nothing is going your way, and you'll wonder if all the work is worth it. But here's the reality. The days when you feel the most defeated are the days that are setting you up for your breakthrough. Those moments are the tests that show you who you really are. The ability to keep going, to push through when everyone else is ready to quit, that's what makes the difference. When you choose to stay in the game, even when things are tough, you build strength, you build resilience, and these qualities are what lead to success. When you think about all the successful people who inspire you, know this: they didn't get there by waiting for the perfect moment. They got there by sticking with it. They got there by refusing to quit. No matter what happened, they faced obstacles, dealt with failures, and felt fear, but they kept going. They made the decision to put in the work every day, even when the world was telling them they couldn't do it. They didn't need permission, and neither do you. You don't need anyone to tell you it's your time. Your time is right now. All you have to do is decide to take action and follow through. This is where most people fail. They quit too soon. They give up just before they reach the finish line, because they think they're not making progress. But progress is often invisible in the beginning. You don't always see the growth happening, but every effort is a building block. Every small victory is a step forward. If you want to be one of the few who succeed, you need to develop the mindset that quitting is never an option. Every time you face an obstacle, look at it as an opportunity to learn. Every time you feel like giving up, remind yourself that it's in those moments when you're being shaped into the person you need to become to achieve your goals. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the decision to keep going. It's the refusal to give up. No matter how many times you fall, and believe me, you will fall. You will face setbacks. But the key is not to let those setbacks define you. You define yourself by how you get up and keep moving forward. Remember, the best way to predict your future is to create it. No one can do that for you. It's up to you to take charge of your life, take ownership of your decisions, and make the necessary changes to move forward. Understand this: your success isn't up to anyone else but you. It's easy to blame circumstances, to point fingers, or to say that life isn't fair. But when you take responsibility for your journey, when you stop waiting for things to change and start making the changes yourself, that's when things begin to shift. The key to success is action. It's doing something every day, even when it feels hard. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. The truth is, you're always one decision away from turning your life around. You just have to make that decision now. It doesn't matter how many times you failed in the past. All that matters is what you do today. When you commit to your goals and refuse to quit, you are not just working towards success. You are building yourself into someone who is capable of achieving anything. You are becoming the person who can handle anything life throws your way. The process of working towards your goals isn't just about achieving something external. It's about transforming yourself from the inside out. It's about building the mindset, the discipline, and the resilience that will serve you for the rest of your life. So, take the first step today. Make the decision right now that you are no longer waiting. You are no longer waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. You're going to create the conditions you need. You're going to do the work, even when you don't feel like it. And you're going to keep going. No matter what, this is your journey. And the only thing that can stop you is you. Don't let anything hold you back. Your future is in your hands. And the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the action you're willing to take today. Make the decision. Start now. Your success is waiting for you.
Number 10. Discipline over talk. The road to success is built by those who dare to keep going, even when the journey feels impossible. Success is not about avoiding failure. It's about knowing that no matter how many times you fall, the most important thing is that you always get back up. You have to understand that every setback, every failure, and every obstacle is part of the process. It's easy to look at someone who's achieved greatness and think that they got there without facing hardships. But that's far from the truth. The truth is, the most successful people in the world are the ones who have failed the most, who have been knocked down more times than they can count. But they refuse to let those failures define them. They chose to turn those moments of adversity into fuel for their next breakthrough. When you embark on your journey to success, you have to realize that you will face challenges. It's inevitable. You will be tested. You'll feel like giving up at times. You'll encounter roadblocks that make you question if it's even worth it. But that's when you need to dig deep. That's when your strength is tested. This is where most people give up. They hit a rough patch and think it's a sign that they're not meant to succeed. But what they don't realize is that this is the universe telling them they're on the right track. When you keep pushing forward during tough times, that's when the universe begins to conspire in your favor. You have to trust the process, even when things seem unclear. The struggle is what makes the success so much sweeter. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it's easy to let the doubt and fear take over. But that's when you have to remind yourself of why you started in the first place. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger. The key to success is not avoiding challenges, but knowing how to navigate them. It's about seeing every setback as a lesson, every failure as a stepping stone towards something greater. Remember, success is not an accident. It's not about luck or being in the right place at the right time. Success is about creating the right conditions for yourself. And that starts with your mindset. Most people get stuck in the cycle of waiting for everything to be perfect. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The perfect time is now. The conditions are right when you decide to make them right. You can wait for all the stars to align, or you can take action with what you have, where you are, and trust that the rest will follow. Success is built by those who take action, no matter how imperfect it may seem. It's the willingness to show up every day, to put in the work,
and to keep going even when you don't see immediate results. And trust me, if you do this long enough, you will start to see progress. But only if you refuse to quit. It's important to understand that success is not a straight line. It's not about a linear path that goes up and up without any dips. The truth is, success is more like a roller coaster. There will be highs and lows. You will have days when you feel on top of the world, and other days when you feel like you're stuck in a pit. But the secret is to keep going even on those low days. Because when you choose to keep pushing forward, you're building resilience. You're becoming someone who doesn't give up, no matter what. And that's the kind of person who achieves success. The key to winning in life is persistence. It's about doing the work even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing through the resistance, knowing that on the other side of that challenge is growth. Every time you show up, you are strengthening your foundation. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you are expanding your potential. Success isn't just about achieving something external. It's about who you become in the process. It's about transforming into a person who is capable of handling anything that comes your way. And the more you embrace the grind, the more you develop the discipline and the mindset that will carry you through to your goals. You may be thinking, but what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail again? Let me tell you something. Failing doesn't make you a failure. It's quitting that does. Failure is just feedback. It's a lesson. It's an opportunity to grow. The people who succeed are the ones who fail the most, because they learn the most. They learn from their mistakes. They adjust and they keep going. They don't let one failure define them, because they know that every failure is just a stepping stone to something greater. So if you're failing, that's a good sign. It means you're on the right path. Keep going. Don't stop. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not about getting there as quickly as possible. It's about staying in the race for the long haul. It's about showing up every single day and putting in the work, no matter how you feel. It's about building momentum. And here's the secret. The more you show up, the easier it gets. The more consistent you are, the more your progress compounds. Over time, you'll look back and realize that the small daily actions you took, the sacrifices you made, and the challenges you overcame, all added up to something huge. So what does success look like for you? It's not about having everything handed to you. It's about being willing to fight for it. It's about choosing to put in the work every day, no matter how hard it gets. It's about making the decision to never give up, no matter how many obstacles you face. Success is about persistence, and it's available to anyone who is willing to do the work. If you make that choice, if you commit to showing up every day and taking action, there's nothing that can stop you from reaching your goals. This is your journey, and the only thing that can hold you back is you keep going. Stay persistent, and never stop believing in yourself. Success is already yours. You just have to claim it.